Welcome to the Fossil Fundamentals podcast, brought to you by fossilsuk.com. I'm Byron, paleontologist, geologist, and lifelong fossil hunter. And in this show, we sit down with collectors, experts, and adventurers to uncover the real stories behind the fossils. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Fundamental podcast brought to you by Fossils UK. The podcast where we speak to fossil hunters, collectors, preparators, paleontologists, enthusiasts from across the world. Today we're quite close to home. We're heading to the Yorkshire coast again with a fossil collector whose photographs and videos will be familiar to many of you on the online fossil community. You can find him on Facebook and Instagram, as well as his YouTube channel, Jurassic Fossils. Today, we'll be talking to collector Colin Hebb. So welcome to the Fossil Fundamentals podcast, Colin.
Hello there. Are we all right yet?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So it's just basically a chat about yourself and how you got into fossil collecting and all that kind of stuff, and we'll see where the chat leads us, really. Yeah. So
no worries.
So for anybody who's not encountered your posts and your videos on YouTube before, can you tell us a bit about yourself, how you got into fossil collecting, and that kind of thing?
Yeah, well, really, I got into fossil collecting when I was at school, really. I went on a tour to Whitby, to Saltwick Bay.
Oh, yeah.
One of my teachers was Mr. Ball. And we just went on the beach collecting belemnites and ammonites.
Yeah.
Then I started doing a little bit of research on different fossils, different locations, where I could go. Back then, I had my own business selling fruit and veg. So I was very limited to the time that I had.
Yeah.
I was always working.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I mean, a lot of people do, though, don't they? I mean, a lot of people do have their own businesses and work and what have you. So you're relegated to mainly weekends, or is that a busy period for you?
No. My weekends was the busiest. So usually I'd go like once a month on a Friday.
Yeah.
So to be honest, I did the Holderness Coast for a while, going up and down, like going up to Hompton, Mackleton. Did a bit at Skipsea, just finding the odd ammonite and the odd fossil that I didn't realise what it was.
Yeah.
And, just doing a little bit of research. And then what really got me into it is when I started watching John, Chris and Mark on their fossil YouTube channel.
Yeah. So John Kozer and Chris Cohn, Mark Kemp, and their YouTube videos,
Yeah. And then that got me thinking, well, why don't I make my own?
Yeah.
I decided to do that just for me, really, so I can catalogue everything.
Yes.
And, so I've got footage of me finding it. And then, like I say, I've made so many friends doing my YouTube channel. And, it's brilliant, like yourself.
Yeah.
Like I say, I'm learning all the time. I've just got into my fossil preparation. I've been doing that for 4 years now.
Yeah.
I'm still learning.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as long as you've got the right equipment, it's all then just a matter of patience, isn't it? Really, to extract it from the rock.
Exactly.
And people don't realise, you see these fossils that are in shops and websites and what have you. But they don't realise how much work goes into them and how long that takes as well.
I know, hours and hours and hours. Well, I've learned that.
Yeah. Hours and hours and hours.
Exactly.
And it doesn't matter what type of tools you are; it just takes that long.
It certainly does. And like I say, when you actually get a rock, you don't know how well preserved it's going to be.
No.
You could be spending hours and hours, and it's not very good.
Yeah.
You can get a really good one. It's just that's the chance you take when fossil preparation.
Yeah. So you went out with the school, and then carried on through online, looking at online places, particularly YouTube and what have you, and seeing where other people were going.
Yeah.
And so then you started coming up to the Yorkshire area more and more, didn't you?
Yeah. And I've made a few trips with Mark, Chris, and John.
Yeah.
getting knowledge from them.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I say, I met Shay on the beach
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Yorkshire Fossils,
Yeah.
and they were giving me some hints and tips, and they were helping me with how to identify different ammonites from different rocks.
Yeah, yeah. Because there's
So,
not. I mean, really, realistically, it's only really been in the last 10 years, I guess, that really there's been a lot more information on how to identify things.
there has, yeah, especially the local fossil sites.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
if you
'Cause,
don't
I
know
mean,
what it is,
other than
it's
that, I mean, behind here obviously is like, books
yeah,
and all
yeah.
sorts of stuff that I use from a day-to-day basis. There's one. There's one to show you which is basically fossils of the from the Lebanon area, uh,
Oh, cool.
which I use quite a lot to identify. Um, and then the most recent one is that one by Neil for the Tuarcian.
Yeah, that one's a good book as well.
Yeah, loads of ammonites in there now.
Yeah, no, it's a
Yeah,
very handy piece of kit to
but
have.
but that's all he had. He only had books. Back in the
Yeah.
day. It could only
Back
work.
in the day, 20 years ago,
Yeah, yeah.
we didn't have any of these like Facebook groups, did we?
No, 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 and like I say to most people, I remember a time when there was no such thing as the internet. So when I was a student, you had to go to the library and try and find that information somewhere in a library. It's incredible now because everything now is like
It's tips,
so
isn't it?
different to what it was. I mean, you get basically a book. You look in the references and go, "Oh, that one looks an interesting one," and then you'd have to hunt down that particular title or scientific paper from somewhere, and that'll be in a box somewhere in the attic
Yeah,
of,
yeah.
of the university. So yeah,
Oh,
it's incredible, isn't it? And
yeah,
now that's all coming online now, and it's you can use is it Google or Amazon that does like photographs old books and
yeah. I think it's Google, isn't it?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So you take a
I
picture
mean
of it,
that's
and
been
it
amazing,
automatically
really.
comes up with the information.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's all there. Well, you have to still hunt for it in a
Oh, of
different type
course.
of way, but you
But
have
I
to.
think of it as when I go on the beach, it's a nice walk. If I find anything, it's a bonus.
Yes, yeah, yeah. And
So
I think
you
that's
get to
that's
see
way
it,
forward. Yeah,
and as our John would say, good for the soul.
yeah, yeah,
And we've got such a beautiful coast out there.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
it's just nice having a walk. I mean, you do your fossil tours, don't you?
yeah, 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 yeah,
So and it's great, and you always find something.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So,
I mean, it's. I'm just looking at
oh, okay.
me questions. Me questions. We're going through them quick. It's great. But no, I mean, I mean, it's fantastic because I mean, there's people who do it full time, like myself, and people who do it full time, just walking the beaches, not necessarily doing what I do, but then there's a lot of people like yourself who do it as a form of mental health therapy, isn't it? Really, it's kind of like you're getting out there in the nice sun. Well, I mean, it's pretty baking hot at the minute,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It
but
is.
but yeah, I mean, getting out in the sunshine. I mean, you can be out in all weathers, but getting out and you might not see anybody, or you might see two or three other people doing the same thing,
Yeah.
strike a
Well,
conversation, and they
yeah.
become long term friends, don't they? So it's um it's great. It's great for everybody, I think.
Oh, it certainly is. And like I say, I've made so many friends. I mean,
Yeah,
even when you're on the beach and, people come and ask you what's this and what's that, and, it's
yeah,
really nice to help them and identify what sort of fossil they've found.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
Or point them
know?
in the right direction.
Yeah, because on the last trip, there was a beautiful. Well, she didn't realise what it was, but she'd smashed a beautiful lobster fossil, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I says, well, I mean, it was quite good because it had the main body, it had legs, and it
yeah,
had the
yeah,
claws. And I advised her to stick it back together because it wasn't too badly broken,
yeah,
and
yeah.
come and see you. Whether she did or not, I don't know.
I don't think so. No, no.
Oh,
But
okay.
I don't think we've got one of those in the preparation. We've got a bit of a queue on at the minute. Obviously, we get
Yeah,
a lot. We
because
get a
it's
lot.
getting quite popular, isn't it?
Well, it is. I mean, there's not an awful lot of people that do it for other people either. And when somebody finds somebody to do it, they do get booked up very, very quickly. So I think currently we've got like a 4-week waiting list before we can get round to doing. So if,
Yeah,
if a new thing comes in, it's like 4 weeks before we can get round to doing it.
yeah.
Because
This
obviously we're
this
busy with doing our own thing as well as doing prep for other people. And we're just slow. We do one thing at a time, and that does take time, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and I found all these beautiful ammonites, and of course, when you hit them with a hammer, sometimes they smash and sometimes they don't. That's why I decided to get into fossil preparation, and then you can take a little bit more care.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you might have a really good specimen. Instead of whacking it with a hammer and
Yeah.
destroying it,
Yeah. Yeah.
I can slowly prepare it down, and
Yeah.
it's a beautiful specimen.
Yeah, because not everything you can hit with a hammer and pops open. If you find a bone block or anything like that, you can't just hit it and it pops out, cleaves or pops open cleanly. You
No,
have
no,
to you have to mechanically prepare it, or sometimes
air
uh,
abrasion,
air
acid.
abrasion or even chemical preparation as well. Sometimes,
Yeah.
particularly on bone. But yeah,
Which
I mean,
learning about the chemical preparations, the acid kind of.
yeah, you can't do well. The thing is, you can't do that with. You can only do that on fossils that have got a different chemical composition than
Yeah,
the surrounding rock. So, for instance, the ammonites and what have you are calcium carbonate, and the surrounding rock is calcium carbonate. So, whatever eats the rock in acid terms, eat as in dissolve, um, will dissolve the ammonite as well. So it's very, very difficult to find a particular solution for ammonite preparation. But with bone, it's quite high in phosphates, so that preserves it quite well. But even that, it's got that pores in it and what have you that you have to treat yeah, it's very time consuming
it
doing that.
certainly is. I mean, you remember that bone block that I was working on
Yes, yeah,
that
yeah.
Shane Aaron donated to me? That was over 300 hours of
Oh,
work.
good God, yeah, wow,
Going slowly, revealing the teeth, bits
yeah,
of bone, and some of the bone was so badly crushed.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, he was really tiny, and
Yeah,
bits
and and
flake
and
off, and
probably
the
probably probably
bones
quite
get
thin,
there.
so you could easily go past it if you're too aggressive,
You
you could
certainly
easily
could.
go past it, couldn't you? Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, but I knew what I was dealing with, but because it was so calcified, I had to go really slowly,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
and that's what I did. I wasn't in a rush.
No, no,
Uh,
particularly when you're preparing for yourself. Yeah,
yeah, and like I say, I'm learning all the time, and that was the first big bone block
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I've actually done. So I
yeah,
was quite pleased, really.
yeah. I mean, it's finding the right tools, isn't it? Finding the right tools to, um, I mean, because 'cause we've been doing it for so long, we've got different tools that basically take away a lot of the matrix to begin with. So you're trying to remove as much matrix off the top as you can, and then obviously your tools then get finer and finer depending on the detail until you're basically using like an air abrasive machine, which is basically spitting out like a fine powder through an air and basically sandblasting
Yeah.
effectively the last remaining bits off of it. Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's what you need, especially with some ammonite middles, because
yeah,
it
yeah.
can be quite sticky, and it's just
Yeah,
easy to use the air abrasion and go slowly, and then you
yeah,
get
yeah,
a quick sensor with instead
yeah,
of
yeah,
and
yeah,
going through it.
yeah, and I've seen a big change, particularly in the use of iron powder, which has transformed some uh, fossil preparation, particularly Dorset material, where some of that Dorset material they would never have prepped it
I mean,
ever.
some ammonites look absolutely fantastic, don't they?
Yeah, yeah, but
Yeah,
they would never have prepped it in a million years, and but now with the right techniques. Um, and the right preparation tools, they can actually prep it now where they never used to. No, that's why there's so much of it lying on the beaches still, because nobody touched it because they couldn't do anything with it.
yeah,
But now they can.
yeah, and it's a good job, like I say, learning all the time, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, you see, you can even see, you know, if you go to like museums or see old collections and what have you, you can see the kind of the standard at which fossil preparation used to be. You know, used to be very kind of like hammer and nail and pin vices and things like that, very laborious. Basically using a pneumatic tool, but basically using a hammer and nail as the pneumatic tool. So obviously mistakes would get made, and I think that's where these Moroccan fossils get a lot of bad press from, because up until maybe 10 years ago, um, they were using that technique, that hammer and nail technique.
And destroying some of the specimens.
Exactly, yeah, and so then they would have to then make those bits up, and therefore people were saying, "No, they're fake," and this, that, and the other. But now they're using all the techniques we're using, and some of the preparation I've seen recently on Moroccan material is absolutely fantastic. I mean,
I've seen some of
it
them.
would not look out of place in a museum.
They're
Uh,
very intricate, aren't they? Especially with all the little arms coming off
oh
and
yeah,
the
all the
little legs.
spines and
Brilliant.
all the eyes. But actually, what they're actually doing is, now they've got the better techniques. When they're prepping new fossils, they're actually revealing a lot of new detail that was never ever seen in the original items.
Yeah, no, that's terrific news, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
You know, and then you can learn a lot more for science.
yes, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, which is good.
Um, just briefly going away from fossils a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, uh, I know fishing and the outdoors is a major interest of yours as well. Um, do you think there's any similarities between the fossil hunting and fishing? Do you think?
Well, to be to be honest, I mean, I know quite a few people that actually go fossil collecting and fishing.
And a fisherman,
Well, there's about four people I know
yeah,
that actually do that.
yeah,
You
yeah,
when the guy down at Angling Direct just near me,
yeah.
when I often go in there for my bait and things, he's always like, "Oh, I've been on the Holderness coast. I found this. I found a beautiful Harposterus last week. Can you give me a little bit of the information how to prep it, Cole? Because I've just got a new pen, and you know, I
Oh
just
wow,
need to know
yeah,
what sort of tips I'm going to use. Do you think I should buy an air abrasion kit and things like that?" And I'm like,
yeah,
"You
wow,
got to
yeah,
slow down a little bit. Start
yeah,
with your
yeah.
pen,
Don't
see
yeah.
that."
I mean, I think that's one of the things that a lot of people do. They do go try to do things too quickly sometimes. Whereas you know, like a lot of the guys that I know that have started up, um, it does take a long time to get to hone those skills, because it's not just a case of just getting on and off you go, you're prepping and out it comes, and it's marvelous. There's a lot to it. There's a
There
lot of
is, and
learning. There's a steep learning curve,
yeah, I've been doing
and
it
it's
for years.
maintaining your tools and all that kind of thing as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know, it just takes time to build up and build up your experience.
Yes, yeah. So,
So yeah,
but getting back to fishing,
yeah, yeah. So like I
so
said,
do you think there's a similarities? Because I
there
mean, it's
is,
quite a solitude type, very individual type,
there
both
is
are very individual
because you're
sports
out,
hobbies.
you're out by yourself.
Yeah,
You're in the fresh air.
yeah,
I also do my wildlife photography. So while I'm fishing, if there's any wildlife about, I do like to photograph those.
yeah,
Same with fossil collecting. If I see anything like it's seals or whales or whatever else, dolphins, you know,
yeah,
get my camera with me just in case I can get a few shots for my
yeah,
Facebook photography page.
yeah, yeah,
I do that. But yeah, there is. It's mainly you're outdoors
yeah,
and you're hunting for something, aren't you? So
yeah,
like
yeah,
you're hunting
yeah.
for fish or you're
And
hunting for
you
animals.
still got to have patience with both of them.
Oh, you certainly. I think you've probably got to have more patience with probably fishing. I think.
Probably,
You know, so
I unfortunately I haven't got that patience for fishing, unfortunately.
because I mean, you can have, especially in the wintertime, you can have so many blanks. Where if you go on the
Yeah,
beach, you're always normally going to find something. But
yeah,
with
yeah,
fishing, if they're not feeding, that's it.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
not going to
I mean,
catch them.
yeah, I mean, even walking the beaches, you can go and find nothing or very little.
I think I've only done that twice in my fossil career where I've not actually found a thing.
Yeah, I think you'll always find like parts and things like that. But
Even
oh,
if you find a broken one, you can always make a smaller one, can't you?
yeah, yeah.
You
If it's part of it broken, as long as the centre's there, you can actually take the outer
yeah.
wheel out. Some
I
people don't
mean,
like that.
with the amount of ammonites that I found that have been split in half,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
I do is glue them back together and then just prep them down,
yeah,
and they
yeah,
look
yeah,
absolutely perfect. I mean, I know
yeah,
they're being split, but they still look really
yeah,
nice.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
that's if that's what you want to do, but I like doing it.
yeah, 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 yeah. Brilliant, brilliant. So let's go right to the back to the beginning, Colin. Again,
Okay.
can you remember? Can you remember the first fossils you found?
Yes, there were crushed ammonites and broken belemnites.
Yeah,
On
and that was
on
on
a
that
school trip.
on that trip, the
So we
school
went
trip. Yeah, yeah.
and
I
we
mean,
found bits, and that caught my imagination.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
What way will do? I mean, you're first person ever to see first
exactly,
fossils in millions of years. I mean, it's incredible, isn't it?
exactly.
Um, have you still got those fossils by any
Yeah,
chance?
yeah,
Yeah,
they're in my fossil shed.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I've
Is
got
that
a
where you
fossil
keep
shed
all the
that's
fossils?
in there.
Do you have a display at all, or do you
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've got a display in there. All
in
my favourite ones.
in the shed or in the house?
Yeah, in the shed. Mind you, saying that, I have got my megalodon teeth in the house.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know, so yeah, I have
yeah,
got a little cabinet upstairs with some fossil fish
yeah, yeah,
and my megalodon teeth.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
I wonder how everybody does display them. I mean, obviously everybody. I mean, obviously talking to everybody in these podcasts, everybody will have some kind of display, and it's always interesting to see how some people display them, other people don't display them. Some people have a separate room for them. Some
yeah.
people
Then
just have just a
some
few
people
cabinets.
put them in categories as well, don't they?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, yeah. I
Which is
mean,
pretty cool.
yeah, I
You know,
mean, different people are different, aren't they? I mean,
yeah,
some people like to collect just one type of fossil, like a trilobite or an ammonite.
yeah,
Some people then collect by locality, so only collect from, say, Yorkshire Coast or Dorset or even more specific than that, even down to actually a specific location, like Wren's Nest or something like that. Um, and then other people go by stratigraphy, so the age of the fossils. So some people just collect Jurassic fossils. Some people collect just Paleozoic, so trilobites and things. So yeah, I mean always interesting. And like I'm always telling people, always best to keep that information with the fossils if you can. You know,
oh, yeah,
try to
exactly, yeah,
try catalog your finds as much
yeah.
as
That's why I
possible.
like videoing them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
when you find them, and then you can catalog them that way as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, and you've
I
got the
mean,
video you find.
if you're videoing them, you can even put the timestamp on it, on the piece of paper, and keep, the date and the time you found it and
Yeah,
all that kind of thing as well,
yeah,
which is really important. No, I
and
mean, it's interesting that I get a lot of customers, and you're one of them, who buy stuff from the shop, and but I go to a lot of collections now where you've sold them something, but then they don't keep the label with it.
yeah. No, I always keep the label with it.
Yeah, I mean, for
So,
me, that's one of the just as important as the fossil, really, is all
yeah,
that information.
yeah. You want to know the back history of it, don't you?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I mean, I had somebody text me the other day and say, "Oh, I found this. Can you tell me what it is?" You know, well, A, where did you find it? B, what other things could be found in that area? Um, and that information, what type of rock is it in, and all that kind of thing. All they showed me is a photograph,
Yeah,
and that could have been from anywhere.
yeah, yeah. I
Could
mean,
be
you
from
can actually
anywhere. So
see it.
I've got no frame of reference to
Yeah,
start then saying, right, okay, it's from this place. It could be from here, 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 but not from these places.
yeah,
And then I can then narrow it down to being like, right, in these places, these three places, that has so many different types of fossil found at that location. Is it one of those? And then I can go to the books and I can then find it out.
yeah. Do
But
research.
if
Yeah,
you've got no frame of reference, you just got a photograph, you're
it's
thinking,
nice to
well,
see.
it's just a blob.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do with the blob?
Yeah. And another thing, why I first started fossil collecting is I watched David Attenborough's Lost World vanish.
Oh yes, yeah, a
You know,
classic.
the
Yeah,
four episode. It's brilliant.
yeah, yeah. That's got. I think that's got Chris Moore in it and everything as well from
Yeah.
down in Dorset.
And that's what I learned, that you could go into quarries inland
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
fossils. But of course,
yeah,
you know, I was only sort of like 16, 17,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and some of the quarries I used to visit, I mean, they were derelict.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
There was nobody about. I used to go collecting Gryphaeas.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know, quite a
yeah.
few
I mean,
Gryphaeas.
that was back
Right?
when you were allowed to do things like that. I mean, now due to health and safety, it's very very difficult to get into quarries now, unfortunately. And
Yeah,
obviously then
because
you have to work with the local landowner. If it is derelict, then you have to notify the landowner that you're going into those places. Just a bit of safety, really, more than anything.
yeah,
Um,
totally agree.
so yeah, I mean, back in the day, that's temporary road cut-ins. That's
Yeah,
where a lot of stuff was found. When they were doing the bypass around Swindon, that's where a lot of Kelloways and Cadastras was found. When they went through some of the hills there. But unfortunately now there's not an awful lot of people that can go to those locations now when it's a temporary site, unfortunately. But yeah,
yeah,
that's why we're relegated down to coastal sections now.
yeah. Like I say, I'm lucky because the Holderness coast is just half an hour away from where I live.
yeah, yeah. I mean that to be fair, that's one of my questions is uh yeah, much of your collecting appears on the Yorkshire coast. Um, do you think there's one particular place which you prefer over another? Is there a favourite place you like collecting?
Well, on the Holderness coast, I will probably say Mappleton.
Yeah,
You know, I found some very interesting things from Mappleton, and I've also found marine reptile at Mappleton.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know, so I'll probably say Mappleton because, like I say, I normally take my little nephew.
yeah,
We
yeah,
on there for a few hours, and he's just started to get into it now as well.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
I'm just showing him, you know, the different ammonites, the
yeah,
different
yeah,
rock
yeah,
ages. I mean, it's all glacial erratic.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
you
yeah.
find
So it's a
anything.
mixture of all sorts of stuff there, isn't there?
Where is he? I'd like to find a mammoth tooth.
Yeah,
Oh,
it'd be nice,
good.
wouldn't it? Yeah. I mean, there's been quite a lot down the Holderness coast. Tusks and teeth and what have you. Even one down, I believe it was down at Spurn Point, and I think that's in there on display. I think in
Yeah, no, I'd love to
exhibits.
find one of those.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
but keep on looking.
yeah. I mean, I think where did I go to? That was over Christmas because my sister lives in Flamborough, so again, it's not too far. Um, Bempton, not Bempton. It was north of Mappleton, but I went there for the first time, and that was
Not
again.
speaking.
No, no, not Speeton. No, no, it was just the. Let me find it out. Let me find it out. 1 second.
Yeah, because I mean, I found some good stuff at Speaking as well, some metromorphs.
Yeah, 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 and that's Cretaceous again. Let me look at this. Where's this location gone? Ah, Barmston. There you go, Barmston.
Oh, Barmston, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was quite good. I found quite a few fossils there when I was last there. Um, that was quite good. Yeah, Barmston. But yeah, I mean, you can find Cretaceous fossils at Speeton. You can find fossils at Filey Brig. Um, um, there's fossils to be found in and around the Flamborough area. Um, and then obviously then further up your coast you go, the more into the Jurassic we get into, then you're talking then Caton Bay, another great place to find fossils.
Robin Hood's Bay.
Yeah, Robin Hood's Bay, yeah, and then all the way up Whitby, Sands End, Port Mulgrave, all the classic sites. But even up as far as Redcar area and just before Middlesbrough. So all that stretch coastline from really Spurn Point all the way up, you find some interesting fossils.
Yeah, I know. On my last trip to Robin Hood's Bay, I found my first Emaltheus stokesy.
Oh, nice, nice. That
So
that
good. It was a
that's going
small one.
down the ramp at
And
Baytown and then round the corner towards
Castle
Whitby.
Chambers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So that was quite good.
yeah,
So I was quite happy with that. I took my
yeah, yeah,
friend role with me. He
yeah,
enjoyed the walk.
yeah. Did you
You know.
find anything?
So yeah, he found a few small ammonites. He found a really small androg.
Yeah.
So that was quite nice. And then of course he took a nice. Well, it was free. It was probably about that big of fossilized shells. He took it for the garden.
Oh, like a fairly like
Yeah.
saucer-sized plate of fossil shells.
Yes.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah, yeah,
it looked nice, and he goes, "Oh, my wife will appreciate that in the garden." So I says, "Yeah, it's free.
yeah,
It's
or a doorstop,
yeah, yeah, put it
probably.
away."
No, that's pretty. I mean, when you do go out on the beaches, is there anything that you do to prepare?
Well, basically, I always make sure I have a medikit with me
Yeah,
because you never know exactly what's gonna happen, so make sure you've got plasters with you, make
yeah,
sure you've got bandages
yeah,
with you,
yeah, yeah.
and
There's been many times where I've hit a rock and
yes,
actually missed
I've
and
done that.
hit my thumb.
Yeah. I mean, I've sliced my hand open on some shale once
Oh
before.
gosh.
Lost my footing and straight down. So it's
Yeah,
always handy to have a medikit with you.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And of course, a phone. Obviously, most of us have got phones, haven't we,
yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
GPS tracking.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean, but obviously, don't rely on too much because sometimes in certain locations you don't get a signal. But
No, that is true.
most days, most of them these days have SOS calling capabilities actually, usually, or messaging capabilities. But yeah, please don't rely on them.
Yeah, and also, like I say, you need hammer and chisel, safety glasses, and always
Yeah,
check flight times.
yeah, yeah. Checking the tide times. Yeah, yeah,
Because that's
absolutely.
where most people get cut off when they don't check the tide times.
No, absolutely. I mean, particularly this time of year when when the weather's really nice, you'd be surprised um, how many times lifeboat gets called out when people are coming to the coast and they don't realise that the tide's coming in.
Yeah.
They get get quite a few. I mean, now we're coming up to the summer, there'll be 30 incidents probably in just
Yeah.
in Whitby area,
I mean,
probably.
when I'm on the beach, I always advise,
Yeah,
you shouldn't be going any further. You need to turn back because the tide is coming in,
yeah,
especially at Saltwick because it's quite easy to get
yeah, yeah,
down.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
got a nice beach at the bottom,
yeah.
and they realise how fast the tide comes in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, there was that incident, wasn't there? I mean, not fossil related, but there was the at Morecambe Bay because it's very, very flat,
Yeah,
flat incline. So the tide comes in very, very quickly, and these guys got trapped, didn't they? And that was very unfortunate. But yeah, make sure that you're aware of the tides at all times. That is critical, and obviously any falling debris as well. Make sure
I,
you're well away from the cliffs.
I always wear a hard hat, but I know it's not going to stop any big rocks. But
No, no, no.
I always do just in case, and just don't go too close to the cliffs if you can.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, our best finds have usually been in loose pebbles on the beach anyway.
Yeah, yeah. Like I say, if every tide washes them around,
Yeah,
you can always find something, you know what I
yeah,
mean? That it's
yeah,
dragged from underneath the cliff, isn't it?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, we've done those two questions. Motoring through these questions now.
yeah.
What is your favourite find that you've ever made?
My favourite find I've ever made was actually at Saltwick Bay. Now, for years, I wanted to find a really nice Hildy. I
Yeah,
kept finding the small ones,
yeah,
and on this trip, I actually saw you, didn't I, Byron? You was with
right.
a party of school children, and you says to me, "Have you
Have you
actually
actually found
done a
anything?
picture of them?"
Yeah, yeah.
So I got this big nodule out, and all you could see was the keel of a really large Hildy. But now, like I said, 5 hours it took me to prep because it did break in half, so I had to
All
glue it
right.
together.
Okay. Yeah.
And of course, there was a bit of putty that was involved in restoring the ammonite, but I've got it here with me now.
All right. Yeah, yeah. Let's have a look. Yeah. Oh wow! Look at that thing.
Yeah, my 6-inch Hildy, my
Yeah,
biggest I've ever
yeah.
found.
Wow, look at the size of that thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's roughly about for those people who aren't watching us. It's roughly about the size of a dinner plate. That's
Yeah, it's
how
lovely.
big it is. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've got
Fantastic
another
size.
one. I've got another one that I found at Sands End, but I've yet to prep that one yet.
Right. You reckon it's going to be about the same size?
It'll be around about the same size, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
that was the first biggest one I found, Salt Lick Bay,
yeah, yeah.
and like I say, I
Good
glued it
classic,
together
good
and I
classic
restored
Salt
it.
Lick
It
Bay
wasn't
one. That
bad,
one.
was it?
So did you? So you saw part of the keel sticking out of the rock? Did you?
It was that bit.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
it was just that
So,
piece of
so, it's,
coal
so
there.
it's a really nice round pebble, isn't it? Let's have a look at the
Yeah,
other side. So you can see kind of like a round, not lovely round shape to it, almost like a football sized piece of rock. And then you just saw part of the ammonite sticking out.
exactly.
Yeah,
So, I mean, I hit it. It didn't break initially,
yeah,
but as soon as I started prepping it with the vibration from the air tools,
right, yeah,
it
yeah,
split apart, but, I managed to glue it together,
yeah,
put
yeah,
some, putty in there and remold it, and, it looks quite nice now in my
yeah,
collection.
yeah. So that one looks so big that it's probably a female ammonite.
A
Um,
female ammonite, yeah?
yeah. So you can tell that because ammonites have this thing called sexual dimorphism, where the actual male is slightly different to the female, and they look a little bit different. Sometimes, in ammonite terms, they are called different species as well. But anyway, I digress. You tend to find in mollusks, and particularly nautilus, which is a modern day thing, that the female is always the larger of the two, mainly because it needs to carry the eggs. So that's why the the bigger the hildy is, it's more than likely going to be a female, what's called a macroconch. So macroconch is the female, and the microconch is the female. Sorry,
Oh,
male.
oh,
So
right,
it tends to be the smaller ones about this kind of size tend to be more kind of like so more of a let me try and figure this out. A jam jar lid sized one. It tends
yeah,
to be more. You can't really distinguish, but it tends to be more likely going to be a male. But the big ones tend to be the adult females,
yeah, that's
and
cool.
mainly because they need to carry all the eggs.
Yeah, and then the second one, it's my second favourite,
Okay, let's have a look at
which
that
is,
one.
can anybody guess what that is?
Well, let's have a look at the side of it. Look. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So this is
So
my biggest
go on, go on.
red spray that I found.
Yeah.
It came out of the cliff like that. It was
Wow.
all cased,
Wow.
but you can tell it was a giveaway because of the shape.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
So
can.
that's an ichthyosaur vertebrae by the looks of it. That you
Certainly is. So turn it around.
Oh,
There
there
we
you go. Look, yeah.
go. Ichthyosaur
So it's
vertebrae.
kind of like a disc-like shape, um, like a saucer, I guess. Um, for those of you, who were listening on not on Spotify, obviously. So Colin's holding like a marine reptile vertebrae. So come from what's called an ichthyosaur, and an ichthyosaur was like a dolphin-like creature. It's what Mary Anning used to find down in Dorset all the time, and very famous for finding. And you found that just loose in the pebbles on the beach.
Well, yeah, it'd come down on a small cliff fall, and it
Yeah,
was in the outer perimeter.
yeah.
So yeah, I knew what it was. So I thought, right, okay, then we've found a nice vertebrae. So I'll go and prep it now. Now this was a very interesting prep because it was full of iron pyrite, and you can see the
Oh,
coloration there.
yeah. You can just see a little bit of
You
different
can
color
see
there. Yeah,
the
kind of like
bone.
almost like a yellowy green color.
Yeah, and then of course this actual iron pyrite here is actually soaked into the bone.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
'Cause when I was
So it would have
prepping,
been very, very sticky. It would have been very, the iron parietes would have adhered to the very soft bone very, very, very well, wouldn't it? So it would have been very, very difficult to prepare something like that.
it did. So I was penning it. It took me around about maybe 2 hours, and then I went on to the air abrasion. But
Yeah,
again, with the air abrasion, I soon found out that when you were abrading it, it's two tone.
yeah,
Because I mean the bone structure's right there, and it's there, so it's all
yeah.
the
And when you start doing that, you probably find that. I mean, it's two tone at the moment, but when you're actually preparing it, it sometimes can look, just like the rock that you're prepping. So it can easily go past the bits you want to
exactly,
keep.
and you can pen it, yeah. And
Yeah,
to be fair, I mean, you usually do pen it first and find out where the actual vertebrae is,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
start from there.
yeah.
Yeah,
What a nice find. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, sounds good.
Yeah. Got any more?
So, just those 2 at the minute.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so,
No, that's great.
I have
No,
got a lot.
I mean, there's always stories about how you find things as well, isn't there? I mean, it doesn't have to be the best specimen that you find. It can just have just such an interesting story about how you found it. I've got lots of things in my collection where when you look at them, you think, why did you bring that off? But then you have a recall of how you found it, or there's a
Yeah.
funny story behind it. Have you got any of those?
Yeah, well, I've got one. I went out to Sands End with, Mark, Chris, and John.
Yeah.
Not finding very much, going up to Stinky Hole, coming back, just having a chat, and John actually walked over a small nautilus. And I said, "Hey, there's a small nautilus there. Look, yeah, look."
In your footprints.
Yeah. So that was good. It's only small, but it's my
Yeah, yeah.
first
No,
nautilus.
absolutely. It doesn't have to be big, but it's just
Right.
an interesting story behind some of them.
Yeah.
There's lots of them. I mean, the stories where I've been out with collectors and they've found like parts of ichthyosaurs, and then 6 months later they find the other bit that fits on perfectly together after six
I
after
I know
6 months,
that.
and it's just incredible. I mean, things like that. You think,
Yeah.
you
Well,
might as well just go down the local post office and put your numbers on the lottery, hadn't you?
exactly. Things just happen like that. It's like there was a gentleman in front of me, and it does make me laugh when you're on the beach. I mean, I don't mind,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah,
and then they come running past you,
yeah,
think
yeah,
they're going to get all the good finds,
yeah.
and he's looking on the beach, and I goes over and says, "No, then you found anything?" And he's like, "Yeah, I found a few dacks there. Look." I was like, "All right." "Oh, well, what's that right next to your foot there? Look." And there was about 6 dacks all on top of one another, flat in the sand. I was like,
Oh,
"Hey, that's a good find, isn't it?" Right next to his foot. I goes, "I don't bloody believe it."
eh,
"Oh my God, look at that." Star find. Well, there's 6 dacks all on top of one another.
wow, wow. I
Perfect.
mean, it's incredible. Well, that's it though. Every time, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of competition out there. At the minute on the beaches, there's a lot of people looking for fossils. But you're quite right. You can walk in exactly the same footprints. You walk in these same footprints going out and coming back, and you'll find different stuff. And it
Well, there is, yeah.
doesn't matter who's in front of you. They can't find everything, and there's going to be things that people can find.
There's always something to find.
Yeah,
Like you say,
absolutely.
every trip. I mean,
Yeah,
I saw some people, "Oh, you're taking all the fossils. There's going to be none left," but there's hundreds of thousands.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
there
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah,
Especially in the cliff, waiting to be eroded out
yeah,
by the sea and
yeah,
the
yeah,
weather.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's making sure that nobody goes and does it like
Yeah,
irresponsibly.
yeah,
There's
like
responsible
in the
collecting,
cliffs,
and then
something
there's
like that.
irresponsible collecting. I mean, irresponsible collecting is taking bulldozers and things like that to sites and things like that, which you're going to destroy more than you actually find. But doing it in a responsible manner, as in, making sure that there's enough left for everybody else to find, or the kids to find stuff, as well as being able to take off what you want to take off.
Yeah,
And
well,
ultimately, the sea comes in and destroys everything anyway.
so basically, we're just saving it, really.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So, but yeah, every time I go, mate, it doesn't matter how many people are on the beach; they always end up finding something.
yeah, 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 yeah.
You
I
know,
mean,
so
I'm always surprised with the fossil tours. And I take them to certain places, like Saltwick Bay sometimes, and you look down onto the beach and it's just full of sand. There's no rocks. You think,
yeah,
oh no.
there's been a lot of seaweed recently, hasn't there?
I haven't been to Saltwick recently, but
Yeah, well, at
that's
Sound
that's
End
this
of
that's
country.
this weekend. Next weekend, sorry, I've got a fossil trip there. But yeah, I mean, there has been underneath the abbey. There's been quite a bit of seaweed there. Um, but yeah, you look down and you can see lots of sand. You think there's no rock, and you think, not going to find very much today. But then somebody comes up and says, "Oh, look, I found this. Oh, look, I found an ichthyosaur vertebrate. Or I
Yeah,
found this DAC. Can you
well,
split it
that's it.
open?" and it's incredible, really is.
Yeah.
And every single tour I do, people go away with something.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah. Always
uh,
something on.
that
And of
there's always
course,
always bits and bobs everywhere, bits
yeah,
of broken bits and what have you. But they will always see fossils as well, and then they get the story about why those fossils are there and what's caught what's caused it to be maroon there, or how did it get to be a fossil in the first place and all that, and then you get to see dinosaur footprints and all that kind of thing. So it's kind of like, well, for us personally, the guys that do it for me as well. It's more kind of like an outdoor science class, educating.
oh,
Um,
it is, yeah, and you're learning all the time.
yeah, absolutely, yeah, and
You
it's
know,
great. It's great because like say, you're out the outdoors and you're
fresh
getting to know knowledge that you wouldn't normally get.
air,
Um,
exactly. I'd
yeah.
love to find a pterosaur though.
Oh no, yeah, yeah.
That'd be quite good.
Is that what you is that your best thing that you would like to find?
Oh, that'd be great finding a pterosaur.
Unfortunately, you probably just said one of the quick fire round questions is probably that. But there's lots of stuff to find, and a pterosaur would be fantastic. I mean, there has been a couple found on the Yorkshire coast, so it's not unlikely. It's just that just not that many of them found.
Just no, it's
Hey,
just very rare.
many of them.
You
Uh,
know,
but yeah, I mean, it always amazes me how many DACs are found. I mean, the amount I've sold, the amount that everybody else sells, and the amount of that you find on the beach and what have you.
yeah,
There must be one for everybody in the entire country, surely.
yeah,
Every
and like
time
I
you
said,
see
just
every
keep
time you see a fossil collection, you'll see a Dactyliosaurus from Whitby.
yeah, yeah. But I would also like to find some plesiosaur bits. I haven't found any plesiosaur yet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like I say, I mean, I found a few bits of ichthyosaur.
yeah,
You know, but like I say, it's just a nice walk for me.
yeah,
If I find
yeah,
something bonus.
yeah. Like I say, you're out there. Yeah, sure, you're out in all weathers as well, which
Yeah,
can be a bit um, um,
got to go careful, especially.
interesting. I think I've been where the rain hasn't been coming down; it's been going up the waterproofs instead of down.
Yeah,
That's been interesting.
I would one or two trips like that. On one or two trips like that, I don't go very far.
No, no, I don't these days. No, you're quite right.
Yeah, so I mean, the thing is, I mean, so long as you get your eye in and look on the floor, you can
Yeah,
find odd bits and pieces.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, I
yeah,
mean, especially when I went to Skipsea, and there was actually a tour down there taking children down fossil collecting.
yeah.
And I showed the children in one area. Can you? Well, it technically is a fossil. Can you spot the rock that's a fossil? And they were having a go. And then one girl says, "Is that Black Rock one?" Yeah, you just found a piece of Whitby jet there.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
it was a nice little piece. So it made her day.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
And
know.
Whitby jet is fossilized driftwood.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, and I showed her how to test it on the rock as well. Find a
yeah, yeah,
white rock.
yeah,
If it goes brown, it's Whitby's jet.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
that's what
Fantastic.
happened. And it was just nice to see the smile on her face.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's why that's why we do it as well. Is the fact that you know i- if you can inspire somebody, even if it's one out of 100, or one out of 1,000, or one out of 100,000 people, or children, to inspire them to then take science up as a career, I think that's a worthwhile endeavor, because
That's,
that person could be the person that discovers a cure for cancer, or um, discovers next type of physics, or creates the vaccine that for the next pandemic. That's I that's what drives me, really, is trying to inspire people to.
and that's why I took my paleontology diploma.
Oh,
'Cause,
yes, I forgot
yeah,
about that. Yeah, you did.
I'm
You did do that, didn't you? Yeah,
you know.
tell us all about that, because I
So
think people
it,
people
it
people listening would be interested in that.
Yeah, it was a course online. So I think it took me probably about a year and a half.
And that's
So
was that through the Open University?
well, it's called the Centre of Excellence.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a very basic one, but I thought, I would learn, learn a bit more about the, how fossils were made, the geology,
Yeah.
all the different
Yeah.
time frames and that kind of thing. And then, of course, we got to Mary Anning
Yeah.
and how she found all these different fossils coming out and
Yeah.
so forth. And then we went through to the Ice Age where we're looking at woolly mammoths
Yeah.
and wolves and different sort of things like that, and learning about the different time frames.
Yeah.
And I quite enjoyed that, really. So I know there is another one that you can do, which is up above that, but I haven't done that one yet.
Yeah. 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 And do you know how people might be able to find out about that, Colin?
Oh,
Is
well,
that
basically, it's online and
yeah.
it's the Centre of Excellence, and then you just search paleontology diploma.
Right. Okay. Okay. So that's great. I mean that is great. So it's kind of like
It's an online course.
online course.
Yeah.
So it's is it
You
attached to
don't,
like the Open University type thing or
yeah, I think it is.
it
Yeah.
might be? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
So it's a
download
so
modules.
diploma in that, and then you said there's another bit
Another
you can
kicker
do on
up
top of
on
that.
that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Which
well,
I'm
well,
gonna
for anybody that's interested there who's listened to the podcast, I mean a good way in to try and increase your knowledge base about fossils instead of listen to me witter on about it. Um, so, um, but yeah, that sounds great. I mean that's the thing about these podcasts is trying to see how people get into it all, and that would be useful for a lot of people.
Oh yeah, like I say, you're learning all the time. There's always something that you can learn.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I thought, well, if I'm going to make a YouTube channel, I need to start learning a few bits and pieces so I can
Yeah.
portray my channel.
Yeah,
So
and
I can do
YouTube's a good starting point for a lot of things. I mean, you'd be surprised. If you want to fix your toilet, there's a YouTube video about it.
there is.
Um, but yeah, I mean, it's a useful tool now these days. I mean, to be fair, I mean, when I was studying, I wish I had YouTube as well because I mean, there's a lot of things now I go on either that or obviously AI chat things for doing different things now. Gaining knowledge on different things. But YouTube's quite good for that as well. So yeah,
Find
brilliant.
anything on YouTube.
Literally
So I
quite
say, I
nearly.
mean, I love watching all the fossil videos on YouTube.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
So and I'm still learning. You can learn while watching the video.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
Absolutely, yeah,
what sort of rock to look
yeah,
for,
yeah,
where it was located.
yeah,
Well, it's brilliant, really.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
The information is out there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely, yeah, yeah. Um, Related to this topic, if there's people listening today who have never been fossil collecting before, and want to try it for the first time, what would you recommend? I mean, you were in that position, weren't you? I mean, you got taken on a trip.
I do. I would say again, go on a trip, or watch a YouTube video.
Yeah, yeah,
So you're grasping what you're looking for.
yeah, yeah,
Take a hammer and chisel with you.
yeah,
Make sure you do your research. Obviously, depending on which beach you go to,
yeah,
like say no digging in the cliffs or no digging in the bedrock if it's a triple SI site.
yeah,
Get
yeah,
the information first. Well, I probably would say go on a fossil tour.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
Exactly. You can give them far more information and it's hands on then, isn't it?
yeah, 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 and that gives you the basic can give you the basic knowledge. YouTube videos can give you knowledge as well, but it's not practical experience.
Exactly. It's better
And
if
it's a
there's somebody
practical
there telling
experience
you.
of knowing that actually when you go out on the beaches, you might not find very much to begin with. It's not like Instagram or Facebook where every single pebble cracks open perfectly. That's not always the case, as we know.
Especially
And
rules.
well, yeah, I mean, it's just you'd be surprised how many. I mean, you'd be surprised how many people are on my trips now that do think that though. Um, that they're going to find, 20,000 DACs, and they're going to all split open perfectly. You were surprised, it is trying to manage people's expectations, I think, sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that, it's just all about the information, really,
Yes.
how to do it
Yeah.
responsibly, and
Yeah.
teaching them about different species,
Yeah.
and like I say, you're not going to find, well, I mean, you might do, but you're not going to find a really good one maybe the first time you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to progress with it, don't you?
Yes,
And
you do.
you
Yeah.
know as well.
Yeah. 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 Right. Let's go on to some quick fire questions, Colin. Unfortunately, looking at the ones I've already prepared, we've probably said everything. It's like, what's your favourite fossil in your collection? We've already done that one.
The Hildy.
There's a few. There's a few. So here we go. Fossil hunting, summer or winter?
I would definitely say winter.
Yeah. And why do you think that?
Because of the storms, they erode the cliffs, and
Yeah.
fresh fossils
Yeah.
come out, don't they?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. It's certainly in some places. I mean, I personally think summer around here, mainly because you get a lot of the cliffs drying up, and then particularly the first storm of after the summer, like in September, you get a lot of stuff, a lot of wet getting into those cracks, into that hot shale and what have you, and then you get a lot of dropping. You get a lot of stuff dropping out the cliff in that period, particularly September, May, September time. So I think summer is sometimes better. There's more people, but here on the Yorkshire coast, I think personally, summer is one of the better times. But you're quite right. Most locations, you need the winter really to move things around, get stuff out the cliff, particularly in Dorset and places like that. You need that wet weather.
yeah. And I would normally say that there's not too many people on the beach, but it's getting quite popular now. So you've probably
It's
got
very
more
popular.
so
Yeah,
than in
yeah,
the summer.
absolutely, is very, very popular. Yeah. That's a discussion for another time, maybe. But yeah, it's a very, very popular pastime now, which is great, which is good to see.
Yeah, no, pastime.
Yeah, so here we go. Number 2, finding fossils or preparing fossils. Which is your favourite?
I would definitely say finding fossils is quite good when you just see it sticking out the rock.
Yeah.
And the magic that you feel that you've actually found something really nice.
Yeah. And maybe when I say preparing, I mean actually preparing it from the actual host rock. I don't mean actually just splitting it with a hammer. I mean, splitting it with a hammer, you get some incredible times. Just splitting open an ammonite, and it's all there inside. You don't have to do very much preparing at all, if any. But yeah. I mean, I find prepping fossils very therapeutic though myself.
Oh, it's because you don't realise how long
No,
you take. Could
no.
be there like 4 hours and you don't realise.
Yeah. Or you
thinking,
could be listen to a boring podcast like mine. But yeah. Well, number 3, we've already done that one, so we'll skip that one. Which is your favourite fossil collection in your collection? But what's the worst weather you've ever collected in?
I would say the worst weather I've collected in is probably sandstorm. It was probably 60-mile-an-hour gusts. I was at Brunswick Bay, and it was blowing straight in my face. I only made it maybe about 150 feet.
Yeah.
And then I thought, nah, I can't go on. The wind is too strong.
Yeah.
Just on my way back, you've got the rocks to your left.
Yeah.
So I'll just keep my head down. The wind's on my back, and I'll just have a look round on these rocks here. And I literally nearly got back to the walkway, and that's when I found my ichthyosaur rostrum.
You found an ichthyosaur jaw just at the bottom of the slipway.
Yeah. It was just sat there, turned the right way.
Wow!
I couldn't believe it. I didn't realise what it was at first.
Yeah.
I took it, and I thought, right, I'll put it on the Facebook fossil site.
Yeah.
And then, like yourself, "Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
found a piece of Ichthyosaurostrum there.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's, prep it from the other side, and hopefully it's got some teeth in there."
Yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
haven't prepped it yet, I've just backed it up,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's next on the agenda is to,
Oh, next on the
prep
prep
that.
bench.
Yes, it's on the prep bench.
Wow, yeah, nice.
So
Nice.
fingers crossed it has some teeth in, but who knows?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Uh,
that was right at the slipway.
I can't it's just incredible, isn't it? Because you
Well, you
probably
can
walked
find
past
it
that
anywhere,
first time, didn't you?
you know? And, yeah, it was just absolutely great.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, right, okay. This one comes with a disclaimer because obviously it is a family show, so no swearing. Describe fossil hunting in 3 words.
In 3 words, well, it's definitely fun. Uh, it gives you plenty of fitness, doesn't it? So it keeps you fit and healthy. Uh, Therapeutic.
Fit, fun, and therapeutic.
Yeah,
There you go.
definitely.
There you go. There you go. That's this. I mean, this has been great, Colin, as always.
No, it's a pleasure to
Uh,
come. Thank you.
yeah, it's been great, and thanks for sharing your experiences of the Yorkshire coast as well, and
No
and
problem.
that's been brilliant. And uh, what's next for you? More
Well,
prepping, some more.
Thursday, next Thursday is a prep day,
Yeah,
because I mean, it's just, backing up. I've got quite a few things to prep.
yeah, yeah,
And, because it's nice and warm, I thought, right, we're just gonna have a morning prepping. Like I say, I'm doing the Ichthyosaurostrum,
yeah, yeah,
and then I should be fossiling in the next couple of weeks, I think. It
yeah.
probably, North Yorkshire coast. If the, steps are open at, Saltwick Bay, I shall go
Yeah,
there.
they should be open by now. I believe they're open now. New path. Yeah, it's actually a new path, no steps.
It's
New
just a
new
path.
new path. Yeah, it's
Oh,
it's incredible the amount of work they've done there. And yeah,
that's
I'll be
nice.
I'll be there probably at the next weekend with a group before my holidays. So just warning everybody, there is some podcasts coming out, but I will be on holiday.
Anyway, nice.
Uh, y- um, I might be able to tell you off air about
No,
it. It's not a secret. It's just yeah.
yeah, no worries, Byron.
I'll tell you afterwards. Anyway, but thank you everybody for listening and watching. Thank you very much again, Colin. Uh, if you are interested in this podcast, I'm sure some of you are who listened to most of them so far. It's been great. Please do subscribe to the Fossil Fundamentals podcast. Leave us a comment. Let us know which guests you might like to hear from in the future. And also, you can visit us online at fossilsuk.com or come and see us at Natural Wonders in Whitby. And until next time, keep looking down because you never know what might be waiting for you in the next rock. So thank you very much again.
Thank you.